Harry Wilde.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just, in the neighborhood.
Are you stalking me?
If I was stalking you, I'd be hiding somewhere with binoculars.
Sounds like you're familiar with the art.
I am. I just closed a particularly perplexing case, and I thought there's only one person who would appreciate just how clever this killer was.
How clever the killer was, or how clever you are?
Touché.
Touche. Welcome back. We're with award-winning actress Jane Seymour, star of Harry Wilde. First of all, that was such a sexy scene. We were all leaning in. You said this character has made you fearless, a more fearless actress.
I think so, absolutely. I mean, Harry Wilde is Professor Harriet Wilde.
Yeah.
She was an English professor at Trinity. She quits and doesn't know what she's going to do, gets mugged. After that, finds herself you know, trying to recover, and her son is a detective, and she can solve his cases better than him, so she becomes a detective, private detective, with actually the kid that accidentally mugged her. So it's a woman in her 70s, and this lovely Rohan Ned, who I adore, who is playing 16, but he's actually a little bit older than that. But anyway, and we have this great camaraderie between us.
The chemistry is incredible. Yeah. Which brings me to another headline, because the show is about behind the headlines. You've been open over your career about, you know, divorce and relationships and being friends with some of your exes, and that always makes a headline. But I love this new thing you've got going on with your boyfriend, John. You've been together how long now?
I think it's 9 years and 8 days, and forgive me, John, if I've got it wrong. 9 months. 9 months, 8 days. We count in months because we consider them dog years. You know, in our 70s, we're not waiting for years.
You're not waiting for years?
No, we're not waiting for years.
So, what was it about John? Well, first of all, how did you meet?
How did we meet? So, I was very, very single, and a girlfriend said, you must come out with me. And I went, look, I'm 73. I don't think I'm going out or doing anything. I'm done with guys that say it's not happening. And she took me to this little kind of club thing, music thing in Malibu, where I live. And this guy walks past me, and, you know, I don't think anything of it. But the next thing I know, a mutual friend of ours, who is a rapper called Swayze, calls and says, hey, I'm performing there next week. Do you want to come? You know, someone I want you to meet. And so, to meet for what reason? I don't know. So I go, and Swayze does his thing, and I'm there with with Swayze's grandmother and everything. And this guy says, I think we're supposed to meet. And I looked at him, I went, yes, we are.
Wow.
That's the answer, right? I was told I was supposed to meet someone. So he doesn't know whether we're supposed to meet or...
Right.
Well, anyway, basically, long story short, we ended up having a very, very long chat the next day with a cup of tea, which ended up having dinner, and then we realized that his son, Swayze, and my son, Sean, they were all friends, and they used to hang out at my house.
Oh.
So growing up, his son hung out at my house, and my son hung out at his house. But we've never met. We didn't know each other.
But you never met?
Well, he was happily married for 43 years until, sadly, his wife passed. But, so, you know...
What is it about? What's the headline?
Everything about him. Everything about him. He's the most wonderful, loving, extraordinary man. He's brilliant. He's a doctor. He's an ER doctor.
Yeah.
Very handy.
He's an ER doctor who has a rock band.
And he has a rock band for the last 60 years called the Malibus, and with Walter Egan, so, yeah.
Oh, so you're a...
That ticks a lot of boxes,
rock
right?
band babe.
Oh, he put me in the band.
Look at you. Oh, you're in the band? Of course he did.
I'm in the band. Of course I am.
Look how hot you are. I'd put you in my band. Give it up for Jane Seymour. Be sure to watch Harry Wilde. New episodes drop every Monday on Acorn. And you can get the 60th anniversary edition of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue May 7th. Go support Mars.